All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here to our regularly scheduled City Commission meeting. We will now call this meeting to order, and we will begin with the roll call of District 1.
DeAndre Knoxon, District 1.
Keith Love, District 2.
Thelma Bowie, Commissioner at Large.
Dedrick Johnson, Mayor.
Abel Garza, Commissioner at Large.
Chris Sharp, District 3.
Jamie Clark, Commissioner, District 4.
Let the record reflect we have a full commission here and a quorum has been established. We will now have our invocation. We have a special guest today, Pastor David Buckley Jr. of Sanford's Temple Church of God in Christ. If Pastor Buckley, come on up and give us the invocation, after which we'll be led in the pledges by Commissioner of District 1, Commissioner Knoxon.
Let us pray. God, we thank you for this day. God, we thank you for your divine favor that's upon this great city. So now, God, I pray for your presence to be with us in this meeting. God, we pray for our mayor and the members of the city as we come together to do business. I pray fervently, God, for our mayor and his family. I pray, God, for the entire staff that surrounds him every day. So now, God, lead him as our mayor, protect him as your son. I pray for every city official and for every city commissioner, every policeman, every policewoman, every fireman, every first responder. I pray now. God, I ask you now to protect every city employee and its supporting staff and members. I pray, God, for every family of our communities and throughout the city and the surrounding cities. So now, God, I ask you now to do it. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Thank God.
Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in the pledges. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the Texas pledge.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. All right, Pastor Buckley, thank you very much for that invocation. If there's any announcements that you might have or want to share with the citizens, you can do so at this time.
I only have two small announcements. On the June the 10th, 11th, and 12th, we're having our very first women's conference. We're going to ask the city if they would support that. And then also on the second Saturday in next month, we're going to give clothes away to the entire community that wants clothes. So it's free. It's at 5508 Phillip Street in Texas City. That's West Texas City in Lamar, Texas City. I think it's the west side, so it's called West Texas City. May God bless you and keep you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. We're now up to the proclamations and presentations portion of this agenda. We have quite a few service awards to present today to our employees who have been here for some time. When I call your name, you can make your way up to the dais if you are here. Mr. Anthony Charles of the Police Department has reached his 10-year mark. Thank you.
Congratulations, Texas.
Congratulations, sir. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service. And now we have Ms. Brittany Coburn, Sanitation. Ms. Brittany's been with us for 15 years. Mr. Thomas Robinson of the Police Department, 15 years. Mr. Bo Celine of Public Works, 15 years. Here with us today. Also, Public Works, Mr. Erskine Hill, 15 years. From our Fire Department, Mr. Justin Rydell, 15 years. Also, the Fire Department, Mr. William Behan, Fire Department, 15 years. Let me know if I mispronounced that last name. I mispronounced it just fine, or I didn't? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have Francis Cook of the Municipal Court, 15 years. Mr. Ricardo Ramos of the Bayou Golf Course, 15 years. And we have Mr. Terry Stinson of the Fire Department, 20 years. Certainly, we are grateful for all of our city employees, for those of you who reached these milestones in your career. We're certainly thankful for your service. At this time, we have a proclamation that we would like to present. I'm going to ask those members of the Coast Guard to come up. And as we celebrate and proclaim this as National Safe Boating Week, and it reads as follows: whereas about 12% of the United States households own or co-own a recreational vessel of some type, including open power boats, cabin power boats, personal watercraft, paddlecraft such as kayaks and canoes. Whereas Texas suffered 201 reported recreational boating accidents in 2022, the latest year for which data was available, causing 132 injuries and more than $2.7 million in damages. On average, more than 600 people die each year in boating-related accidents in the United States, and more than 2,000 are injured on average. Whereas the majorities of these accidents are caused by human error, inexperience, or poor judgment, and not by the boat, equipment, or environmental factors. Alcohol use remains a leading contributing factor in fatal boating accidents. And whereas boating safety courses and boating safety campaigns can teach people how to adhere to better boating practice and help them to boat more safely. And whereas the United States Coast Guard statistics show that of the accidents where the level of operator education was known, 75% of boating deaths occurred on boats where the boat operator had never received boating education instruction. Now, therefore, I, Mayor of the City of Texas City, and on behalf of the City Commission, do hereby proclaim May 18th through the 24th as National Safe Boating Week. And I urge all citizens to join me in recognizing the importance of boating safety and in supporting efforts to promote safe boating practices. In testimony whereof witness my hand and the seal of the city on this 15th day of May, signed by myself, Dedrick Johnson as mayor, and Ramari Lee, the city secretary. We want to present this to these representatives we have here today. National Safe Boating Week.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson. Thank you, Commissioners of the City of Texas City. Thank you to the citizens of Texas City. We appreciate all the support that Texas City is giving to the Coast Guard and to the Coast Guard Auxiliary. As we enter into National Safe Boating Week next week, we want to remind everybody how important it is to take these boating safety courses and to wear your life jackets when you're on a boat or around the water, and more importantly, and most importantly, alcohol-related boating activity. Make sure, just like on when you're driving, boating under the influence is a big contributor to boating fatalities. One specific thing I'd like to bring up that's unique to Texas City is around the Texas City Dike. You may know these big container ships that pass by. We have a campaign called Big Ships or Big Ships and Big Waves, Small Boats. And so it's when the big container ships pass by and create these large wakes. You guys have made a sport of it, container ship surfing. But when these big wakes come by, all of a sudden, as you get to the shoaling areas by Texas City, there's a lot of fatalities. We usually have a few unfortunate fatalities every year for wade fishermen that are unknown, don't know about the consequences of this. So we just want to bring everybody aware of those particular situations and bring awareness to that. So thank you again to the City of Texas City, and I appreciate everything that Texas City does for the Coast Guard. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. At this time, we will have Mr. John Branson come forth as we recognize the 2024 Fair Housing Art Contest winner.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Commissioners. Earlier this year in April, the City Commission provided a proclamation naming April Fair Housing Month. The Community Development Department, directed by T.T. Lyle Smith and with Patricia Mata's assistance and with the Communications Department assistance, held an art contest to promote fair housing in Texas City. And the art contest was eligible for individuals in any high school within Texas City. Those individuals created art to depict what fair housing meant specifically to them. We had 13 people submit entries. And out of those, we had an online poll where individuals could go online and actually vote for the art that they felt was the best. We had a total of 47,000 people actually review the artwork, and then we had 1,000 people cast the votes. The winner, and here's a picture on the screen in front of you of the winning artwork. Some of the comments that were made regarding this particular submission was, wow, this one speaks volumes. Very emotional and powerful. Great artwork. The emotion speaks loud. The pain in this one bleeds through. Well done to the young artist. You are so talented. This is truly moving. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the winner of the art contest who drew this particular piece here. Her name is Jacqueline Gonzalez. Jacqueline, come on up. As the winner, she's going to receive a Microsoft Surface Pro 9 tablet,
Wow.
which was donated by GrantWorks.
All right.
So thanks to GrantWorks, and what a great job by Jacqueline. Jacqueline, here's the case. The actual actual iPad hasn't come in yet, but congratulations, it's going to be in tomorrow. And would you like to say a few words about your painting?
I wasn't prepared to say anything, but this artwork, I feel like I wanted to represent various different communities, and I feel like Texas City is a very diverse place, so I just wanted to represent that in my drawing and just.
Great job.
Beautiful. All right. Just want to remind Ms. Gonzalez, the winner of this art contest, that we have an art show every April, and you know, she can probably enter some of this work into that big art show we have at the Dole Center every year. We want to continue on with reports. The next item on the agenda is we will hear from our auditors on the Texas City's annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year of 2022-2023. We have Mr. Simmons of Whitley Penn.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening. I'm happy to be here. My name is Patrick Simmons. I'm with Whitley Penn, your CPA firm that audits your financial statements. And I will walk you through the results of the fiscal year 2023 audit and federal single audit. So quick introduction to the rest of our team. Gustavo Guzman was the senior associate, Brooke Fuller, the audit manager, and then Roger Tovar, the engagement quality control reviewer. And so the audit process starts with us coming out in the summer, and we meet with all your different departments, and we do a risk assessment, and we understand your internal controls, go through your policies, procedures, and we select a number of samples for testing regarding payroll, accounts payable, revenue transactions, and cash collections. And we ensure that those are operating as you design them, there's controls in place, and no gaps or things that we see that could be concerning. And so then we come back after you close the year, around December, January timeframe, and we get your trial balance after you've closed the books, and we substantiate all those material balances. And for example, for cash, we'll confirm the bank balance with a third party source. We'll look at your receivables, your payables, your accruals, and other items like that. And all of that goes into providing the opinion on the financial statements. So our role as it relates to that is to determine if the financial statements are free of material misstatement, and we give reasonable assurance that they are with an unmodified opinion, which is a clean opinion. And so on the next slide, we'll just go, this is just a list of the different various departments that we meet with and go over internal controls. And then that's the 3 different types of opinions we can provide. And then the next slide is the results of our audit. So we do issue 3 different reports. So this is our first report. It's an unmodified, clean opinion, highest level of assurance that can be given on a set of financial statements. The next report that we give is internal controls over financial reporting. And so on the next slide, we noted no findings, no material weaknesses or significant deficiencies over internal controls related to financial reporting, and no instances of non-compliance. And then on this slide here, it's specific to the federal single audit. So each year we are required to select programs based on a risk assessment model. And we selected 2 programs this year, the CDBG program and then your ARPA program, which is the COVID relief funds. And so we did issue an unmodified opinion on compliance over both of those federal programs. However, we did note one significant deficiency over reporting for the CAPER, or Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report. So this is due 90 days after each program year. And it was submitted, so it's due around the end of the calendar year, and it was submitted in March of 2024, or February 2024, and the year before, March 2023. And then the remaining slides, we do have some high-level financial statement metrics here. So your total assets and deferred outflows were about $350 million, and then your liabilities and deferred outflows, $113 million. So the difference of those is your net position, and that's $234 million, and out of that, almost $200 million is made up of your net investment capital assets, which is your capital assets net of related debt used to purchase those assets. And then we have a breakdown of your general fund revenues, and I apologize, the formatting got a little bit off here, but what we like to note is the property taxes and sales tax make up about 70% of your total revenue in the general fund, so 40% and 30% for those two. And then the remaining categories are 10% or less, but from top to bottom, franchise fees, garbage pickup, fines and fees, and so on. And then on the expenditure side, the public safety category was about half of your general fund expenditures, which is to be expected, and it's consistent with other municipalities. And then public works was at 23%, and culture and rec at 16%, followed by your general government at 10%. And as it looks regarding the budget, so you exceeded your revenue budget by 7.6 million. You were under budget on your expenditures by 5.8 million, and then you also had the transfers out for the construction of the fire station number 4, as well as the capital equipment replacement fund. And then fund balance at the end of the year, September 30th, 2023, totaled 29.4 million. And out of that, 27.2 million was unassigned. And then just a 5-year trend on that unassigned fund balance we just mentioned. So you can see compared to the prior year, it increased slightly by a few million, the unassigned portion. And if you're looking at the dip from 21 to 22, it was the transfer to build the fire station. The bulk of the construction for the fire station was transferred last year. And then the utility fund, you can see here a 5-year trend. The line there is your revenues, charges for services, and then the dark blue is your unrestricted net position in the enterprise fund, the water and sewer fund, and then the light blue is your net investment in capital assets just in that fund. So you can see most of the increase is due to the increase in the unrestricted net position in that fund. And just a few required communication items here. So you did implement GASB 96, which is last year you implemented GASB 87, was related to leases. If you enter into a non-cancelable agreement to lease property, whether you're the lessor or the lessee, it is a long-term liability with a capital asset, or it's a long-term receivable. And so in this year you implemented 96, which was similar to that, but for software as a service, basically subscription software. So if you were to enter into a contract with, it's basically leasing software, but it's so common now that it's a subscription model, and you might buy it for 5 years. And so now you have a long-term liability offset by a capital asset for that. So we did note, I believe there's just one of those in your financial statements, but you will see that and it'll look a little different to you. And then there are estimates included in these financial statements, and we determine those are reasonable in accordance with industry standards. And then significant risks noted during the audit, so we are required to disclose any to you, and so these are 2 that are standard in all of our governmental audits. You do receive a letter at the beginning of the audit, or when we start the audit, that will go through these each year, and if any more come up during the audit, then we would disclose those to you at this time, but we did not identify any. And then no difficulties in dealing with management. There were some misstatements that were corrected, and management agreed to post those as well, and no disagreements whatsoever with the team. And last slide, the report you have in front of you today is a final draft report with hope that after today we can make it a final report. And so we will send a management representation letter, which will be signed by yourself and state that you've provided us with all the information we need to provide the opinion on the financial statements. And then we're also not aware of any other consultations with other accountants or any interpretations of accounting principles. If you didn't like the answer we gave you, that you went and you got a different one. So, and that concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Thank you, sir. Commissioners, do you have any questions of Mr. Simmons?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, you and your team, Willie Penn, for the work that you've assisted us with, and for this report. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, we're up to public comments. We do have 2 people who have submitted requests to address the commission. I'll call you up, and when I call you up, state your name, your address for the record, and then you may tell us what you're here to share. Let me remind you that in public comments, you have up to 3 minutes to address the commission, after which no action can be taken on these comments, but your you are free to make your statements. First, we have Mr. Richard Holcomb. You may make your way to the podium.
My name is Richard Holcomb, 2708 Magnolia Drive, Lamar, Texas. First, I'd like to welcome our new Chris Sharp, City Commissioner. And I think this house might be in his district. I've come up here multiple times to complain about number 10, 33rd Street South, that has not had a water meter in over a year. And the electric meter got pulled 3 months ago. All kind of prostitution activity, drug activity, and I've got a copy of the 61 times the police have been called to that house since 2021. The first incident on this is when John Hudson, the man, passed away in that house, and the city of Texas City is still looking for John Hudson so they can send him a letter to tear down the home. I called the Galveston County Medical Examiner. All I had to do was give a name and an address, and I got a printout here where January the 15th, 2021, they picked up John Hudson dead at that address. And the city of Texas City is still looking for John Hudson today. My parents started paying taxes here in this town in 1949. They come from Brownsville to Texas City in 1949. And I've been paying taxes myself since 1988. We've been one of the 70% of y'all's income, and I appreciate it. This is costing me financially. I have 3 rent houses within 150 foot of this house. Last month, I come with 4 neighbors to talk about this house that they bought a brand new $250,000 home, and every day they walk outside their door, they look at piles of trash, people urinating outside the house. They have no indoor plumbing, so you can just imagine. Prostitution coming and going, drug activity, thieving, and there's nothing been done about this house. And I don't understand. I was born and raised in this town, and something has to be done about this house. And I feel like all my complaining is falling on deaf ears. Because the house is still there. They send a big truck there every 2 or 3 weeks to pile up a big pile of trash, dump truck full of it. And the next day, the dump truck full of trash is right back there. I don't know where all the trash is coming from, but I don't understand. And thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Just for clarity, is the dump truck picking up trash or dumping trash?
No, they had, about 2 weeks ago, they had sanitation, a big truck full, pick up at this address on the street. 2 days later, the same pile was there. I don't know if they're having people pay them to dump trash there or what, but that house ain't that big. And I don't know where all the trash is coming from, but the whole driveway is lined up with trash. And every time you turn around, y'all will come pick up the trash, and there's another pile of trash right there. But thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, at this time, we have Ms. Barbara White. A request to address the commission. Ms. White, you may come up as well. You have up to 3 minutes.
I wrote mine down so I wouldn't go over time. I'm Barbara White. I live at 2432 29th Avenue North in Texas. I'm here this evening, thank you, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, to let you know what's going on. Tonight, the Blocker Middle School and Texas City High School end of the year concert will be at 6:30 at Texas City High School Auditorium. Sunday, for those of you that need your car washed, the band will be washing cars next to Advanced Auto Parts from 9 to 2, and they need the money. On May 24th, we get out of school early, so y'all be careful out there. Don't run over any of my kiddos. The month of July is School Supply Month. I will have a box in the lobby. Please feel free to drop something off. For you commissioners and Mr. Mayor, if you want to buy me something, I'll come and take your picture, put it on Facebook so everybody will see that you support the 12 campuses in Tech City, and Lamarck in Tech City ISD. For those of you that are available, on July the 27th, we will stuff the box truck at Walmart from 9 to 3. Come out and support us. If you are able, on July the 30th, which is a Tuesday, we will be sorting supplies at 10 o'clock at the Bank Band Hall at Blocker Middle School to go out to all 12 campuses. And then last but not least, this year's Walk to End Alzheimer's is going to be at the Blocker Middle School gym on October the 12th. Sign-in is at 8 and the walk is at 9. So put your teams together. It's a short walk this time. I don't like that 3.1 miles. It hurts my knees. Anyway, but y'all come and support us. I don't care if you just give us $1 a piece. It's all about finding a cure for Alzheimer's. Thank you very much.
Thank you, White.
Do you have any of those flyers for that event? Any?
I gave y'all all one, and it's on Coffee, Texas City, Coffee, Texas City and Lamarck, and Coffee Lamarck, and Facebook.
All right, thank you.
And it's gonna be on our webpage too.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
All right. At this time, we're down to our consent agenda. Item number 7, A through I, for the new commissioners on board. Just want to let us know on our consent agenda, we look at all of those items that have been sent to us previously, A through I. We have an opportunity for them to be approved all at once, or you can select individual items to be pulled out and discussed if you need some further discussion or elaboration on those. We're at that point now. Consent agenda items 7A through I. Commissioners, if you would like any of these pulled for further discussion, you may do so at this time.
Mayor, I'd like to pull item I.
Item I, okay, thank you.
I move to,
I'm sorry. Oh,
Well, I'll make a motion to approve items A through H with the exception of item I.
I second it.
motion has been made by Commissioner Knoxon to approve consent agenda items A through H. Seconded by Commissioner Clark. All in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, we'll pull and discuss item I, which is to consider and take action on resolution number 2024-070, approving and awarding the request for proposal number 2024-005, management and operations of the Bayou Golf Course, snack bar, and food concession to Bayou Birdies. Mr. Skeeby, you want to give us some elaboration on that?
Yes, absolutely. First,
Mr. Skeeby, we'll use the microphone so we can make sure. To all of those who may be watching us in streaming land, we have to get things spoken directly into the mics.
Good evening. Yes, sir. I'd like to introduce you, some of the folks with Bayou Birdies here this evening. We have Jonathan Shabatoni, we have Evelyn Hayes and Brian Hayes. I've had some great conversations with them and overseeing their menu. It looks great, and I think they're going to add a lot of enjoyment and excitement to Bayou Golf Course to all our members and guests. And we're asking that y'all would approve this to get them aboard at Bayou Golf Course.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's the timeline on that? If we approve that tonight, when will they be open?
That we haven't come to a conclusion on.
Okay.
Still got some things to dot the i's and cross the t's on as far as certain licenses and things, but we'll move forward when we get that together. Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
Is it the kind of normal food, hot dogs, pieces, or what kind of menu are they going to be offering us?
Yes, sir. I've seen their menu. It has breakfast items, breakfast tacos, hot dogs, hamburgers, tuna
There's a
salad
menu in
sandwiches,
there.
egg salad sandwiches, all kinds of things. So it looks really, really good. Really excited to get them aboard with y'all's approval.
Okay. Thank you,
It's
sir.
like a good menu.
Yeah, we have an attached menu right here on the screen before us. Just wondering if you guys happen to bring any samples or anything like that?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Our great opening though.
Got it. We'll be there. Thank you for being here today. Commissioners, any more questions?
No, I'll make a motion to approve item I.
I second it.
Motion has been made by Commissioner Knoxon to approve item I, seconded by Commissioner Clark. All in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank y'all.
We're up to our regular items on the Commissioner's agenda. Regular item 8A, we will consider and take action on the second reading of ordinance number 2024-14, amending Chapter 96, Fire Prevention and Protection, Fireworks, which is related to the adoption of 2024 International Fire Code and including amendments of certain sections. We hear from our Fire Chief, Zackrell.
Good evening, everyone. As the mayor said, this is the second reading of the amendment. A few months ago, actually, I guess it was last fall, we updated to the new building codes, electric codes, plumbing codes, things like that. This is, the fire code finally came out, so we were able to bring it forward for adoption so that we'll all be in the same year of the family of codes. We've also kept the amendments we had made to the previous code regarding stairwell construction, sprinkler systems, things like that. But we've also added some requirements in the ordinance concerning battery storage systems and spacing requirements and road construction requirements within those areas where they would be building. And that's pretty much what we have.
All right. Commissioners, any one of you have any questions for Chief Zackrell relative to this agenda item?
Motion to approve the second reading, Mayor.
Second.
Motion has been made by Commissioner Garza, seconded by Commissioner Bowie. Any further discussion? All in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. All right. Well, thank you all very much. That was pretty quick and painless. This time we were up to Commissioner's comments. I'm going to start to my left this time, just to throw a curveball down here.
Right.
Commissioner Clark, we'll start with you with Commissioner's comments.
Just want to say, I said a lot in our swearing in, but I'm looking forward to another 2 years up here. I appreciate everybody's support, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate every single one of y'all sitting out here. So I'm looking forward to the next 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Sharp?
I just want to say thank you, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you for the next 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Garza?
This was an exciting meeting, both of them. I'm happy to serve with the new commissioners and my current colleagues from the past. And I'm glad that the department heads don't change as often as we do. Y'all still stick around and we'll be happy.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Commissioner Bowie?
Yes, the Texas City ISD is hosting an art show at the Nestler Center in the Wings of Heritage Room, and they have beautiful, beautiful artwork in addition to our Jacqueline who won our contest. So I would encourage you guys, if you have a chance, you have the time, they'll be there tonight and tomorrow night.
Thank you very much for that announcement. Commissioner Love?
I just want to say thanks to everybody, and I'm appreciative of the opportunity, and it's National Police Week. So, Chief Cravens, if you see Texas City police officers, just thank them for what they do and all that they give to the city.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Commissioner Knoxon?
I just want to say thank you guys for being here. I want to thank the citizens of Texas City for allowing me to serve again for another 2 years. It's been a great opportunity. I'm very grateful for it. Won't take advantage of it. Thank my colleagues up here for teaching me the ropes for my first 2 years, and I'm very appreciative to that. So, and also the department heads for all you do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to take this opportunity to do a couple of announcements, but before we get too deep into it, over the past 3 months, we have been in somewhat of a transitional state as it relates to staffing here in our finance department. We've had a young man by the name of Mr. Jeffrey Miller. I'd like him to stand at this time. Yes. Mr. Jeffrey Miller has been our interim CFO, Chief Financial Officer here at the City of Texas City. And he has been very helpful and knowledgeable and just helping us through this moment. And as you heard from our auditors today, we have an unmodified opinion, which is the highest mark you can receive from them. That's largely in part to the financial department that we have, but Mr. Miller has come in and assisted us during this very short period of time. I believe he's going to be on his way shortly, but before he departed into the land of fishing on any morning he wants to, we wanted to publicly say thank you. I want to let you know how much I've learned from you and appreciated you during your stay here. We'll let you fish for a few days, but we will be calling you when we need you. So I want to say thank you.
Mayor, we've already talked. You never know in these kind of deals when you walk into the place what it's going to be like. What I found is some marvelous people to work with, and also a really great boss. So thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Also, I wanted to say thank you to all of the community people who showed up and participated in our community cleanup this past weekend. We had a joint community service project with the city of Lamarck, and this is our second year doing that. This community development department, we joined in and cleaned up 1765, the corridor from Highway 3 all the way to I-45. And so I don't even know the mileage of that. It's probably about close to 3 miles or something, 2 or 3 miles, I don't know. But anyway, we had about close to 50 people show up, and they volunteered Saturday morning and cleaned up and collected so many bags of trash, and it was just a great joint effort with our sister city, and we'll do that again next year. And I want to thank the people who came out. We had even some family from Houston who came down and just had friends here, and they wanted to come and participate in that community service. That is very great. This coming Monday, on May 20th, we will have our groundbreaking to our 6th Street Community Park. We're going to have a groundbreaking at 10 o'clock in the morning. And Mr. Branson, if you want to say more about it, you can, but I'm just really excited about this park, all the different amenities that you've seen and heard about, and outdoor performance stage. It's going to have permanent locations for up to 6 food trucks. We'll have a doggy park, and so it's just going to be a great addition to our revitalization area of 6th Street, a whole new overhaul landscaping and tree planting, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. And so we're really excited about that. And I know the business owners on 6th Street are as equally as excited. And so for those of you who have it in your schedule in time to join us, it's 10 o'clock this Monday morning on 6th Street. The exact address, 718, I'm not sure, 718 6th Street. So I just wanted to make that announcement. Congratulations again to our 2 newly elected commissioners. I'm letting you know now that I won't overdo it, but with names like Sharp and Love, there's definitely going to be some things said about, Love and Sharp. So, I mean, I didn't even tell you how able we were. We're getting a full commission of some good names up here, so we'll be coming around. Thank you to all of you for your support. I'm going to ask the city staff out in the audience if there's anything you'd like to say or contribute at this time. Any announcements you have, you can do so. All right. Wow. If they,
I know. We're a little worried.
No way.
Cheryl's away on a training for our Family Place Library because we received the grant to become a Family Place Library. So she's enjoying training at Round Rock. We're excited about what we're going to be able to do with that. We're just gearing up for summer. A lot of good things coming in. I won't go through all of them. I'll let her tell you about the next commission meeting and such. But our foam party is Saturday, June 1st, 11 to 1. We're going to have foam cannons out there, face painting, and snow cones and some activities for the little ones. We are looking for volunteers just to help out for that. And so if you're interested, let me know. But that's all I got.
all right, thank you. Thank you. Right. Commissioners, if there's nothing else, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you.
You got it. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hey.